What is up, everybody? CardboardCellar Day. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. The weekend is finally amongst us. We got college football on Saturday, NFL football on Sunday. The NFL season kicked off last night with a game between the Eagles and the Falcons. What a game, guys. It came down to the wire again, just like last year. A shot towards the end zone. Couldn't ask for a better way to start off the NFL season. I was super excited about last night's game. And on top of that, today's video actually was supposed to be a blaster box opening, but I actually have an ironic one-card Mailday for you guys today. Had this card sitting on my table, just got it in literally yesterday, and decided, why not do a Mailday? It just fits perfectly with the game that went on last night. And the reason why it's ironic is because it was a player in that game last night who had a really good performance, basically a pretty standard performance for his standards. But it's coming from 2018 Elite Draft Picks Collegiate. It is the 101 aspirations of Julio Jones. So I guess you can kind of call it ironic with having that game last night. But then again, you can probably not call it ironic because this guy passes through a lot here on the channel. You see a lot of his 101s come through here. But I decided this is, couldn't be a better card to talk about the game that went on last night between the Eagles and the Falcons. Like I said, heck of a game, guys. Came down to the wire again. Shot to the end zone for this guy, and Ronald Darby, he played a heck of a game against him and forced him out of bounds. The Eagles to seal that win. But I guess we'll just take a look at this card and talk a little bit about the game. I thought, like I said, it was a really good game. I'm sure a lot of people thought it was a really good game, especially to kick off the NFL season. A lot of penalties, though, in that game. Kind of looked like a preseason game at the beginning. A lot of penalties, and then a lot of dropped balls, a lot of dropped interceptions as well. That was pretty crazy. A lot of injuries, too, on the Falcons' side. I know Devonta Freeman went out there with a knee injury towards the end of the game. Deion Jones had an injury. Keanu Neal had an injury. It just went on and on for the Falcons. And then Desmond Trufant, he cramped up, had to get an IV in him. There's just a lot of injuries you saw for the opening game of the NFL season. But again, this card is coming from 2018 Elite Draft Picks Collegiate. It is a 101 of Julio Jones, who had over 100 yards receiving last night. Could have had even more, but one of his catches was ruled incomplete on the field and then reviewed and still ruled incomplete, which I'm okay with, because based on what they were talking about in the preseason, the referees are going to try to basically call the play that stands on the field, whatever was called on the field, kind of keep it as what it was called on the field when they review it, unless it's like a clear evidence that he caught the ball. So I'm okay with the call, but he could have had even more yards. He had a really good performance. The only downside about the Falcons is, for some reason, they have all these weapons. Devonta Freeman, Tevin Coleman, Mohamed Sanu, Julio, Austin Hooper, I believe. They have all these weapons, and for some reason, every time they get in the red zone, they're always looking for this guy. I mean, even towards the end of the game, he was literally double covered, and they still try to find the ball. I mean, he's a great receiver. He can make those catches, but I mean, you have other talent that are capable of making good catches, especially Sanu. Sanu is a heck of a receiver. He has those explosive games just like Julio does. So if they can just try to work on their red zone offense a little bit and try to spread it out a little bit, because Julio's been in the league for a while now, guys, and when someone's double covered and he's been in the league for a while, and teams know that they're going to go to him in the red zone, you got to find somebody else. You got to find somebody else to throw the ball to and get that touchdown, or run the ball and get that touchdown, because they could have pulled out a nice win over the Eagles, but unfortunately they just went to him. I believe in that last attempt they went to him, was it 3 times or twice? I know the fade they got pushed out on was once, then like I said, he went to him on double covered as well across the middle and overthrew him. But he went to it 2 or 3 times in that last possession trying to score a touchdown to win the game. I just think you got plenty of other options on the team. You just gotta find those receivers. But sweet card, come from 2018 Elite Draft Picks Collegiate Aspirations 101 of Julio Jones. Another sweet 101. of Julio Jones passing through here on the channel. But other than that, guys, like I said, heck of a game last night. I hope you guys got to catch it. There isn't a better way to start off the NFL season with a matchup like that coming down to the wire. I was pretty excited. As you can probably tell talking about it now today. I'm still pretty excited watching that. But Julio Jones had himself a really good game. Again, you're definitely going to see a lot more performances like that through the rest of the year. But other than that, guys, this has been CardboardCellar, and I hope you guys enjoyed.